Imagine a holiday where you're encouraged to wear costumes, eat cookies shaped like a villain's hat, make as much noise as humanly possible, and celebrate until the early hours of the morning, all in the name of tradition and faith. Sounds incredible, right? Well, that holiday is real. It's called Purim, and it's one of the most joyful, colorful, and fascinating celebrations in the entire world. Welcome back to Global Festivities, the channel that takes you to every corner of the world to explore the celebrations that make humanity so beautifully diverse. I'm Mark, and today we're diving deep into Purim, the Jewish festival of joy. Before we get into the incredible festivities, let's understand what Purim actually is and why it holds such a special place in Jewish culture around the world. Purim is a joyful Jewish holiday that commemorates the salvation of the Jewish people from a plot of total annihilation in ancient Persia, a story recorded in the biblical book of Esther, known as the Megillah. The name Purim itself comes from the ancient Persian word meaning lots, as in the drawing of lots. The villain of the story, a royal advisor named Haman, cast lots to randomly choose the most favorable date to carry out his evil plan against the Jewish people. But here's the twist, and what a twist it is. His plan was completely foiled by a brave Jewish woman named Esther and her cousin Mordecai. And the very day meant to be one of destruction became a day of survival, celebration, and triumph. In 2026, Purim falls on the evening of Monday, March 2nd through Tuesday, March 3rd, right here in the United States. Jewish communities are buzzing with excitement right now. Let me take you back over 2,400 years ago to the Persian Empire, the most powerful kingdom in the world. Ruled by King Ahasuerus, believed by historians to be Xerxes, the first at the royal court. The king's chief advisor was a man named Haman, ambitious, proud, and deeply dangerous. Haman despised the Jewish people, and in particular, he was furious at a man named Mordecai who refused to bow down before him. So Haman went to the king and convinced him to issue a royal decree that all Jews in the Persian Empire, men, women, and children, would be wiped out on a single day. The date was chosen by the drawing of lots. That date fell on the 13th of Adar. When Mordecai learned of the decree, he turned to his cousin, a young Jewish woman named Esther, who had secretly become the queen of Persia. Mordecai urged her to use her position to save her people. Here's where real courage comes in. Approaching the king unsummoned was punishable by death even for the queen. But Esther fasted for 3 days, prayed for strength, and walked into the throne room anyway. The king not only spared her life, he extended his golden scepter, the signal of favor. Esther revealed Haman's plot. The king was outraged. Haman was executed on the very gallows he had built for Mordecai, and the Jewish people were saved. It's a story of bravery, identity, hidden miracles, and the remarkable power of one woman's courage. And every single year, the Jewish people retell this story to remember, to celebrate, and to never forget. Now here's what makes Purim so unique. It's not just a story. It comes with 4 official commandments called mitzvot, each one more joyful than the last. Let's break them down. Tradition 1, reading the Megillah. The very heart of Purim is the public reading of the book of Esther twice, once on the night of Purim and once the following morning, traditionally at a synagogue. And here's where things get wonderfully rowdy. Every single time the villain Haman's name is mentioned, the crowd erupts, booing, stomping feet, and spinning noisemakers called groggers to symbolically erase his name from history. Tradition 2, Mishloach Manot, gifts of food. One of the most beloved customs of Purim is giving food baskets called Mishloach Manot to friends, neighbors, and loved ones. These baskets traditionally contain at least 2 ready-to-eat foods, like wine, cookies, fruit, or sweets. It's a beautiful tradition that strengthens community bonds and spreads pure joy. Tradition 3, Matanot La'evyonim, giving to the poor. Purim makes it clear, joy is only complete when everyone is included. One of the 4 commandments is giving charity to at least 2 people in need. On Purim, the tradition is that no request for help should be turned away. It's a profound reminder that even in the midst of celebration, caring for others comes first. Tradition for the Purim Suda, the festive feast. Purim wouldn't be complete without a grand celebratory meal. Families and friends gather around beautifully set tables with challah bread, meat dishes, wine, and the famous triangular cookies called Haman. The meal traditionally begins in the afternoon and stretches well into the evening, a feast full of songs, laughter, and gratitude. Costumes. Dressing up is one of the most iconic and beloved parts of Purim. Children, and plenty of adults too, dress as queens, kings, heroes, and yes, even as Haman himself. The tradition symbolizes the hidden miracles of the Purim story, the idea that God's hand was disguised in everyday events, just as people are disguised in costumes. Then there are the Purim spiels, comedic plays or skits that retell the Purim story or poke gentle fun at community life. Think of it as the original roast comedy, centuries before roast comedy even existed. By the 18th century, these plays had evolved into full satirical performances with music, dancing, and humor. And of course, we cannot talk about Purim without talking about Haman. These triangular, jam-filled pastry cookies are the undisputed star of the Purim dessert table. Some say the shape represents Haman's three-cornered hat. Others say it symbolizes his ears. Either way, they are absolutely delicious, filled with poppy seeds, chocolate, dates, or jam. And the noisemakers, the groggers, might just be the most fun ritual object in any religious celebration anywhere in the world. Children shake them with pure delight every time Haman's name rings out during the Megillah reading. The synagogue becomes a concert of joyful noise. So what does Purim look like across the United States in 2026? Absolutely vibrant. From New York City to Los Angeles, from Chicago to Miami, Jewish communities across America are hosting Megillah readings, costume parades, carnivals for kids, charity drives, and massive Purim parties. Synagogues hold costume contests. Community centers run family carnivals. Streets in Jewish neighborhoods come alive with the sounds of groggers and laughter. This year's Purim holds special significance as communities come together after a few years of scaled-back celebrations. The return of large-scale Purim festivities has been met with incredible enthusiasm, a reminder of just how much people treasure the chance to celebrate together. The common Purim greeting you'll hear is Chag Purim Samich, which means Happy Purim Holiday. If you happen to be near a Jewish neighborhood on March 2nd or 3rd, don't be surprised to see people in full costume walking down the street. It's one of the most charming and heartwarming sights the season has to offer. Beyond the costumes and cookies and celebrations, Purim carries a message that is timeless and universal. It's a story about survival, about a people who faced complete destruction and emerged not just alive, but celebrating. It's a story about courage, one woman's decision to risk everything for the sake of her community. And it's a story about hidden hope, the belief that even in the darkest of times, things can turn around. The joy and merriment of Purim exists to allow people to face the risks and trials of life without being terrified or intimidated, to dance in the face of adversity, to celebrate the miracle of simply being here. That is a message we can all carry no matter where we come from. And that, my friends, is Purim minus 2,400 years of history. Tradition, joy, and resilience still celebrated with the same spirit today as it was in ancient Persia. If this video gave you a new appreciation for this incredible festival, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who loves learning about world cultures, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a celebration from any corner of the globe. From the team here at Global Festivities, Chag Purim, Sing Mitch Happy Purim, we'll see you at the next celebration.